launched this concept back in July 2011. I think it was the 23rd of July. I think so. There it is. Just as well I got that right. That's what Wikipedia said anyway. But I remember when Bill emailed me to ask me whether I'd come along. He said that there was a really exciting concept being developed where young people would inspire other young people to learn about something that was not being taught, essentially, to an age cohort that could probably soak up that information more quickly than their parents or indeed their older brothers and sisters. And what Bill and indeed James wanted was to try and get a club-type environment where people would make friends, would challenge each other, and would explore the opportunities of writing programs, building ideas through computers and software. And that is exactly what they've done. And they've done it to such an extent that it has become infectious. And so many other people in Ireland and across the world have wanted to do the same and use the same model to do the same. And I think when I came in, I said, my understanding is that it's in 22 countries now, and I was quickly corrected, it's 31. And I suspect that you are talking about tens of thousands of young people now meeting together after school or before school on the weekends, again exploring the potential of learning how to write a language of the future, using the medium of the future in a way that is just positive in almost every sense that you can think. And I really do think that, you know, when you look at people like James, who didn't have a beard actually back in 2011, Bill did have a beard in those days as well. But you are looking at visionaries here. I genuinely believe that, and I think Irish people don't say that about themselves very often. We tend to look to other countries for inspiration and inspirational people often, particularly in business actually. Because Irish people tend to like to talk about other people and not talk about themselves, even though they do like to talk. But what has happened here, what started off as a punt for the National Software Centre and Cork BIC in terms of providing a roof and a room for a concept that was sort of developed over a couple of weeks, has now grown, as I said, into a global phenomenon that is spreading. A phenomenon that is now partnering with the US government to actually expand into the continent of Africa. And I think, you know, in the not too distant future, we will see Coderdojo as a concept spread literally across the planet in a way that is hugely positive and in a way that will change the lives of a lot of young people and open up opportunities to them in both the developed and the developing world that their parents could probably never have dreamed of for them. That's probably not the case in Ireland, but it is certainly the case on continents like Africa. So let nobody underestimate what began here a relatively short time ago from people who are willing to take a risk, who want to build on an idea and have an imagination that is so broad and so ambitious that allows a concept like this, starting in a small room with a few computers and a few young people learning how to write code, and has now turned into a global expansionary idea that, in my view, in the years ahead will be looked back on as an extraordinary new way of teaching, quite frankly. And I think that this concept in terms of bringing young people together, being taught by other young people who are inspiring as well as talented, is actually a concept that we could use more broadly in education, not just in Ireland, but elsewhere as well. So to all the young coders here and all future coders, you're very lucky to have people like James and people like Bill who have built a structure for you to fulfill your potential. Don't forget that and don't take it for granted, and share what you're learning with other people who want to do the same as you. And those of us who are in a generation that are already feeling a little bit old, even though in my job I normally feel young. This is a really exciting journey, and I have to say I think it's only beginning. And the big, social media phenomenons that we've seen in recent years, and the people behind them, and the movies that are made about those people, that is the kind of story that you're creating, and it's amazing. And I just want to say well done, in particular to the two key individuals who I know will continue to support this project, and the others who are working with them now. And can I thank the others who have supported and built this concept, and who continue to operate out of the National Software Centre and continue to encourage the kind of thinking that has resulted in Coderdojo, because I think it shows the way for other broad-minded thinkers who, people like Steve Jobs would have looked for, and most other businesses would have rejected, because they think differently, and are often sort of isolated because of the way they think. They are often the people that change the world, and that's, I think, what we're witnessing here, and I think we should value it and cherish it. So thanks very much. I'm delighted to play a small part.